Okay guys, so here we go again with the truck. This video, we should hopefully see it on a full operating bag system, and the rear end should be it should be all done. And then obviously the next steps will be making the bed and doing all that. So yeah, we'll have to do the bed still. What else do we gotta do? Oh, we gotta tub the firewall for the 20s. So yeah, got a work cut out for us, but right now I'm gonna learn how to build a rear end. I have no idea what I'm doing with this, so that's good. That's what you like to see. So because it has the, what the hell is it, like an M80 or something like that, it's a stupid governed LSD thing, or it's like a governed locker or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I don't want it. So basically what we got is an open diff. Probably should have asked if any of you guys had one before I went and bought one. That would have probably saved me some money. But yeah, so we got an open diff. We've got a 30 spline mini spool. This is all the, because this is used, so we got all the races that go with these bearings. And then I also got some Prussian blue for checking the mesh, because basically I'm going to take the gears off of the M80 or whatever the hell it is, and we'll put it onto here, and we're going to check the mesh and pray that it is good, because I do not want to spend more money on this rear end than I need to. And then I got some Lucas oil to put in there, so yeah. Oh yeah, and then so we have a water trap and my solenoid set up for the drain tank. So we have everything to finish the airbag system, and then in theory we might have the rear end done. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this back popped off. I've already had it out a couple times, so get it out. I have to take off the ring gear. Hopefully it comes off fairly easy. But yeah, so we gotta get that ring gear off. I do know that if for whatever reason you're watching my channel for informative shit, I don't know why you do that, because I'm stupid. But the ring gear, the bolts that hold it on, they are reverse threads. So tightening is actually loosening, and that's what you gotta do with getting those ring gear bolts out. It's fair to tell that. That's good information. But yeah, let's get this thing torn apart. And it's black. It's painted. It's nice. Alright, so obviously this is it. The M80 or whatever. I have the locker parts are removed right now. Yeah, so you gotta watch these end caps. They are specific to sides, I guess. So I don't think they're labeled in any way, so you kind of got to make sure you don't fuck them up. So yeah, we'll take all these out. Then it's real hard to get this thing out, so you kind of got to pry it out. So we'll get this thing pried out, and then get that ring gear off. So let's do that. Alrighty, so I already got it off. It was actually not terrible. So remember, righty loosey, lefty tighty, I guess, for getting these ring gears off. So obviously they got all those on there, and those are, it was pressed on there. So all I did was take my, if you ever have like a tire iron, chop off this, and they make great chisels. So yeah, another pro tip from the dumbass. So we've got, so basically all I did was like hit here, kind of just go around. Make sure you put something soft under there so when it falls down it doesn't chip any teeth or anything like that. So now all we gotta do is go ahead and get this put back on, or get this put onto the open diff, and then put it in. We gotta clean everything, but we gotta put it in, and then we also got to check everything, make sure that like the play and all that crap is right, and the mesh and all that shit. So let's play that game. Alrighty, so went ahead and put a decent amount on there. Hopefully that's good. Alright, so I guess you're supposed to just give her one go through this direction. And we give her one go through this direction. And what have we learned? You can see like the marks there. I'm not sure what I've learned. So, I get to learn. Alright guys, so from what I have found, we're gonna have to move this. So from what I've found, if we look at this, we can see that it is pretty well centered. But then if we look at, and that was the coast side, and then we look at the drive side, it's kind of high. So it's kind of like up here. So most of that is going to be the backlash. And if we look at what our current backlash is, I'm not going to be able to tell you the number because I don't know how the fuck you read it. I just know it's too much. At least I think so. Alright, so we're going from 30 to 60. I think that's a bit much. So I need to get some more shims so we can play with the backlash. Yeah, because basically I was able to just slide the freaking spacer in there, or the shim, and it needs to be a little bit more snug. So I'll have to pick up a shim kit, and then we'll get to play with this backlash game. So, but yeah, so that's all I got for that one so far. I need to get some more shims. I've already got the thickest shims that I have. So these are some of the stock ones that came with it or whatever. So, but yeah. So I think what we're going to go ahead and do is, I think we're going to throw the mini spool in. Throw the mini spool in quick, and then we'll get to doing the tank stuff. Alright, so I went ahead, removed this little guy, then the dowel just pulls right out. So then all we should have to do is spin this, and we just got to spin this, and pulls right out. Pulls right out. In theory, pulls right out, but you know, because of the camera, yep, so it pulls right out. Then all we should have to do is grab these. Should go right in. Right in there. Hold on. I'm going to need 2 hands. Alright, so naturally I had to modify it. I don't know if you're supposed to do that. That's what I had to do. Basically, it would not fit down in there because it was hitting on the castings. So I had to take the old Harbor Freight, whatever the hell these, burbit it. I stuck a rug down there so that way hopefully I can catch most of the flakes. It doesn't matter because it's not full assembly yet. So once I do that, I got a shit ton of brake clean all of it. So, alright, now we can continue. Oh yeah, and then there was these little shims that went behind. They were behind those parts, so you had to pull those out. So now, let's see if we can do this one-handed. Boom. May have to use both hands. But yeah, so you put this in there, and then 1 second. Alright, so it's looking like we're going to get to modify it some more. So if you can, I don't know how much you can tell, but the axle will not slide in all the way. So we're probably going to have to take out the block, and then we're going to have to round. So that way it's round like an axle. We'll just be able to hopefully slide it right in. So let's go around these. Alrighty, so I've got that in there. I put, we got some of this 1/8 like push lock crap. So we got that, and then I just put rubber hose over it so that way if it's rubbing in spots, shouldn't be, but if it is, it's covered. Just took a hose clamp, drilled a hole in it, self-tapped it in, cut the tip off so that way we can't be going into any wires or anything. So yeah, it's working. I just wired it up and then it's grounded to test for right now. We do have I do have more line I could probably run from here and then put the solenoid somewhere, or like because it has one of these, so it's a bulkhead, so we could put that somewhere. It does have a button, came with wire, so it's a pretty good deal. So yeah, now let's get the old water trap in. So it's a 1/8 MPT one. I guess it will not affect the flow, which is good. So, and it's an automatic one, so that's nice. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing put in. All right, well, it seems tragedy has struck, because the only one that, so like you can see the back ones are filling kind, well, they're supposed to be, but it's all fucky. The only one that fills up is the right front tire, but even then the buttons are all fucked up. So sweet. So now I kind of get to play the game of fuck with eBay seller, because I think this thing is fucked. Or well, I know this thing is fucked for sure for the front left fill, because that doesn't work. But I don't know, because I was trying to use that stuff and it just wasn't working. So I don't know, because I tried using this harness and trying to test each solenoid, and it's just, yeah, it's messed up. So I think that is messed up, or the buttons are messed up, or both. I don't know. That sucks. So now I get to play the game of fucking with that shit. So, and then I got a lot more work to do with that, getting that, the fuck is that thing? Mini spool to work, so I gotta do a lot more grinding on that. But I think I'm done for the day, because this kind of makes me mad. So that's all I got for right now. Alrighty, so this has been an adventure. So I bought a shim kit, and after pulling this thing in and out about 100 times, I think I'm finally there. So if we look at it, every one of these little increments, is as depicted right there, 1/1000th of an inch or whatever. And then so that's all the way to the left, and then we move it all the way to the right, all the way to the left, all the way to the right. So we're looking at like 6 to 7 thous, and the spec for this, the run out on these or whatever it's called, is 6 to 10 thou. So we're good. Everything's torqued to spec. Everything's been cleaned. I just need to re-clean everything. We gotta check the gear mesh again, and if the gear mesh is good, then it's done. Then I just need to get this mini spool grinded down to where the C-clips are fitting. Once that's done, throw some fluid in it, and we're done. So let's keep going. Alright, so that looks a little bit better. We're a little bit more centered. Yeah, you can see the line goes from down there to down here. And on this side, same thing. So we're good to go. Let's go ahead and get this cleaned up. Mini spool modifications. So obviously mini spool. So basically I need to make it so I don't have to grind these C-clips down a bajillion. So once we do that, then we should be good to go. So let's go. Alright, so this axle is now in there. So as you can tell, there it is. Basically gotta flatten the sides of this. If I could aim the freaking camera. So basically you gotta flatten the sides so that way it'll slide past these sides. And it goes down in there. So once the axle's in there, then you just pull it out. Then this pin goes in there, and that is what holds it all in place. So let's get this last retaining clip or C-clip, grind down, and get that in, and then the axle, the rear end's done. Alright, so there it is, ground down. I would do it on video, but you gotta press on the axle to get it to come in, and then drop it down in there, but the seal on the end pushes it back out. So yeah, let's get this in. Alright, there it is. It's in there. So now those are out, and we gotta pretty much put this thing in. So let's get this in. Alright, there it is, all done and in there. We got the spin it. So we got this in there with some thread locker, so we're all set to go. Alright, there it is, all filled up. Got this all cleaned up, those edges all cleaned up, so let's get this put on. Alright guys, so continuing on the S10 here. So yeah, I knew that the rear wiring harness was kind of shitty. Pretty much a good giveaway is all red fucking wire. So it's spliced right here. Let me put the camera on. Look at that. Alright, so yeah, freaking spliced in there. And those are not waterproof connectors. Let me just be judgmental of people's wiring jobs here. Then we got more splices, and the wire was too long, so it was folded over, and it was all electrical tape because I had taken off all that. Then we get down to the real good stuff. I mean, so this is like painter's tape because it's marking which one's which, I guess. And then it looks like they use like eyelet connectors, and then they used them as like, I don't know, like an end joint, I guess. And then every single wire, the electrical tape this whole wire all the way down. Hopefully there's no bad connections in there because I am not unwrapping all that. Screw that. But we will be replacing this red section, so that way we have at least one less crimp connection in there, and then the wires are color coordinated a little bit better. So, but yeah, so that's fun. I just got the dump solenoid wired in, so it's grounded right here, and then the power wire. Got all the wires are loomed up, or well, they're zip tied together. So, but yeah, so let's keep going. Alrighty, so went ahead, did my typical, use some butt connectors and some 3-to-1 shrink tubing with some glue inside. So we got those, and it runs down to here. I was gonna like cut it back further, but I ended up finding that some of the wire was pretty messed up actually. Let's see if I can find a piece. I don't know, it was like all broken. Yeah, like right there on the end there. It was all messed up after I had already done some. I was like, great. So figured do it right. So went ahead and it's all good to go. So that's all done. Now all I'm gonna do is just I'll electrical tape up from like here to here to make sure this is kind of a little bit more weatherproof, and then same thing for here to here, and then see if I can find some loom for this. Alrighty guys, so I went ahead, I got some more Loctite, so some more of this stuff. I ran out, so I got the bags are in, they're plugged in. Obviously I'm waiting for that to come back from the eBay seller. So those are bolted in. That shit should be good to go. Everything's been tightened. I finalized the wiring down here, so we're grounded here. Then the wiring is all snugged up. And then yesterday I said I was working on getting all this line done. So got that all done. And then I redid the part that plugs into there. So there's a ground wire. I gave it a little, I threw one of these things on there. Just like a little cheap eBay one. They work great. So yeah, and then did up this whole harness. Ran out of fancy loom, so I had to use normal loom, which kind of sucks, whatever. Doesn't matter, you can't see it. So that's all done. But now I'm gonna do some boring crap that you guys don't care about, but yeah, so there's before, before, and before. Holy fuck. I haven't cleaned in a while, so it needs to be clean, so let's clean. Alrighty guys, so I kind of cleaned it. It was clean, then I made a mess, so you'll have that. Yeah, real quick, as you can tell, nothing's really changing here except for it's gotten dirty. Ignore these, you don't see these, that's not done. So the bed is in Paul's garage now, because it's probably like halfway done. I would show you, but I don't want to ruin the next video because it's worth watching. So, but yeah, you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next one.